For their service and their sacrifice, we owe them our everlasting gratitude.
Try to tape it.
This is a monument to your collective achievement. Some giants
There's no
of
picture.
the civil rights movement, like Rosa Parks and Dorothy Height, Benjamin Hooks,
You just
Reverend
can't
Fred
see it over
Shuttlesworth,
there.
they've been taken from us these past few years. This monument attests to their strength and their courage. While we miss them dearly, we know they rest in a better place. Finally, there are the multitudes of men and women whose names never appear in the history books. Those who marched and those who sang, those who sat in and those who stood firm, those who organized and those who mobilized, all those men and women who through countless acts of quiet heroism helped bring about changes few thought were even possible. By the thousands, said Dr. King, faceless, anonymous, relentless young people, black and white, have taken our whole nation back to those great wells of democracy, which were dug deep by the founding fathers in the formulation of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. Those men and women, those foot soldiers for justice, know that this monument is yours as well. Nearly half a century has passed since that historic March on Washington. The day when thousands upon thousands gathered for jobs and for freedom. That is what our school children remember best when they think of Dr. King. His booming voice across this mall, calling on America to make freedom a reality for all of God's children. Prophesizing of a day when the jangling discord of our nation would be transformed into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. It is right that we honor that march, that we lift up Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, for without that shining moment, without Dr. King's glorious words, we might not have had the courage to come as far as we have. Because of that hopeful vision, because of Dr. King's moral imagination, barricades began to fall, bigotry began to fade. The doors of opportunity swung open for an entire generation. Yes, laws changed, but hearts and minds changed as well. Look at the faces here around you. You see an America that is more fair and more free and more just than the one Dr. King addressed that day. We are right to savor that slow but certain progress. Progress that's expressed itself in a million ways, large and small, across this nation every single day. As people of all colors and creeds live together and work together, fight alongside one another, and learn together and build together and love one another. So it is right for us to celebrate today Dr. King's dream, his vision of unity. And yet, it's also important on this day to remind ourselves that such progress did not come easily. That Dr. King's faith was hard-won. That it sprung out of a harsh reality and some bitter disappointments. It is right for us to celebrate Dr. King's marvelous oratory, but it is worth remembering that progress did not come from words alone. Progress was hard. Progress was purchased through enduring the smack of billy clubs and the blast of fire hoses. It was bought with days in jail cells, nights of bomb threats. For every victory during the height of the civil rights movement, there were setbacks, and there were defeats. We forget now, but during his life, Dr. King wasn't always considered a unifying figure. Even after rising to prominence, even after winning the Nobel Peace Prize, Dr. King was vilified by many, denounced as a rabble-rouser and an agitator, a communist and a radical. He was even attacked by his own people.